too.
Oh, there it is. One, two, y'all, and you don't stop. Oh, what's up, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Who is in the building for Friday Vibes with yours truly? My man O7 was here bright and early. Die Gray Sky. User VQ6J, what's good? No, what's up? Mere Depp in the building. Crazy Legs. Gorilla Tanya, what's good? Surge, what up? What up? What up, everyone? Woo! It's been quite an eventful week for yours truly. But we here, and it's Friday, and we're gonna have a good time. Even if it's at a chill pace, I was with Crazy Legs yesterday, and we were filming something special for you guys for next week. And what's up, Annie? It'll be Crazy Legs, myself, and DJ Redmatic. That's the most I'm going to say for now, but it was a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to getting that out. How about those Knicks for sure, son? What a crazy tip-in. That was nuts. Oh my goodness. OG. So, I wanted to share something with y'all. Edwin, what's the deal? Needle Juice is in the building as well. So look at some of the new, I think I showed this Wednesday, but now they're out the pack. Repmatic got his little stack. So here's the Comic-Con nerd stickers. What's going on, Nicholas? These are the Comic-Con nerd shit stickers. This is the song with myself, Pharaoh Monch, and Repmatic. That's on the album. We also got, where's the, stutters? Where's that drink, son? Next, we got the album cover on a sticker. See the QR code, Q Unique and Repmatic. The figures are gonna look like this. I already got footage of the figures, man. I was thinking about sharing it, but I'm waiting until we're a little closer to putting them up. Then you got the individual Q Unique sticker. My man Bananas. Thank you, Bananas. Here's the Q Unique sticker. Thank you there, Stutters. I'm good. And finally, I don't know how this happened this way, but here are the Repmatic stickers. He's a little smaller than me in the stickers. So right now it's a 4-pack of stickers. We got patches coming in. And what else? Posters, shirts, and of course vinyls. We're looking into cassettes and CDs. It's gonna be a fun run, this one, son. Oh, snap. It's gonna be dope. I know, right, O7? I love the way I look, though, man. So this artist, if I gotta share his link, he goes by the name of B, and he did this, and I love it. Like, this is one of my favorite Q Unique drawings. He really killed it. You gotta see the detail. You'll see it, and on the figures, it looks crazy. Yo, man, you need a vent fan, Bananas. You need a vent fan. I get that shit happen to me sometimes too, man. Sometimes you gotta turn on that vent. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh man. Hey, yo, Legs. Legs, Crazy Legs, are you still in the building? I wanted to tell the chat the delicatessen story, but I need your permission, son. Bananas, you gotta keep that heat under control, son. You gotta keep it under control, son. Crazy Legs, if you're still watching, remember I'm asking if I could tell. Okay, cool. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you a little funny story. Where's my tissues at, man? It's that time of the season, y'all. Allergies are starting to kick in, I think. There we go. Sucks, but it is what it is. Seasons change. So check out this story. Me and Crazy Legs in the mid 90s, we was going to clubs, a lot of clubs in New York City. Being in the room, you know what I mean? On this particular day, we just finished coming out the clubs and we were headed back to the Bronx. And we stopped at this deli that was on Castle Hill Avenue. For those that know about the Bronx and know about, there you go, Seven. Let them know. Chef it out, man. Chef it out. So we had just got out the club. We hit this deli. It was about 2 a.m. We walk in. I think Legs might have been a little drunk. I know he don't get like that anymore, but back then we was in our youth. And Legs was a little drunk. I don't know if I was. I'm not much of a drinker. And we hit this deli, and when we walk in, there's this older guy. He must have been about maybe 70 years old. And he's talking to the deli guy behind the counter. And he's ordering his sandwich. And Legs, we're kind of like standing there watching this guy order his sandwich. Like I said, Legs is drunk. And so when Legs is drunk or a little weeded, he gets a little loose. You know what I mean? You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready for him. He gets a little quick. So this guy's ordering his sandwich. And thank you, Nicholas. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. So the guy's ordering his sandwich, and Legs is like, we're both listening to this guy. That's what's up, Nicholas. Hold that question, because I got an offer to make to everybody. Thank you. You just reminded me. Thank you. All right, so as the guy's ordering his sandwich, the deli worker asked the old man, hey, do you want lettuce and tomatoes with your sandwich? And the guy goes, sure. And Crazy Legs snaps. And he goes, yeah, lettuce, tomatoes, and my balls. And I'm like, yeah! And the old man got mad angry. He was like looking at Legs like, what the fuck? Even I was looking at Legs like, what the fuck just happened? He lost. And what was funny was because the guy got angry and kind of barked on Legs a little bit. The deli guy was confused. I was confused. And Legs, for some reason, snapped out of it. And he could see the guy was tense. And Legs was like, what did I say? And it was like crazy. And I was like, yo, when we left the deli, I was like, yo, do you realize you told the deli guy to put your balls on the old man's sandwich, bro? Oh my God, what a disaster. But one of the funniest stories that I've had with running through the city streets with Crazy Legs, man. We've seen a lot of wild shit during that time. Another crazy one, which is more serious, and Legs, I don't know if you remember this one. We was at Club Red Rum, and something happened where violence just broke out, and somebody just started shooting, and they shot the guy that was standing right next to Crazy Legs. It was a wild reality. It was I don't know if Legs, if you remember that, and it was just bizarre that it happened like that. That was one of the few times where we went to an event and like, you know, it happens, you know, you go to some of these events and just violence just pops out and shit, and that shit was just crazy, man. Yeah, that shit was nuts. But aside from that, the club that I'm talking about, it was aside from that one incident, then it was at this venue called Big City Diner, which is like in Midtown Manhattan. And Red Alert was the DJ. Like if y'all know your hip hop, to have Red Alert spinning for anything is like you're getting top of the line shit. And this was like during the heyday, so it was like when you would go to this events, whether it was Sheets and Pillows, there was an event called Sheets and Pillows that Stretch Armstrong from the Stretch Armstrong Bobito show, he would spin there, or Red Alert. And what would happen is like, this is when like the hip hop royalty that we celebrate, whether it's Tribe Called Quest, Leaders of the New School, Brand Nubians, Power Rule, the list goes on and on. All of these people would come to these events and just hang. And Red Alert would be playing shit, Pete Rock, whatever. Like, it just be the best music. Try to imagine, like, all of that 90s golden era shit on top of, like, Q-Tip is over there, and there's Grand Poobah over there, and over there is CL Smooth. And we're all just chilling, enjoying the vibe, and the honeys is gorgeous, and the music is just banging, and it was an amazing time, man, and just sharing that with y'all as I'm remembering these stories, man. It was just amazing, man. Yeah, they would always '07. There would be random acts of violence, but I think that shit just happened, and it wasn't just hip hop. I don't even want to sell it like that because obviously there are some, you know, horrifying metal stories, you know, that I don't even care to mention, but you know, these things just happen. You mix alcohol with anger, or somebody just has bad intentions. You know, it's like, it's just one of those things, man. You know, and it's unfortunate. But that being said, like I said, like a lot of these earlier events that me and Crazy Legs and other members of Rocksteady would go to, it just be packed full of like the greatest celebrities ever, man. Look at a little Red Alert reggae CD right there, man. Some cool shit. So yeah, man. Let me see what y'all are saying. There you go. Legs just remembered LL Cool J got on the mic that night and dropped a dope rhyme that wasn't on any of his records. Yes. That's what I mean. Even LL. I remember one time me and Legs, we went to I forgot the name of the there was a club on 14th Street. It was usually a house music club, but sometimes they would play some funk, some breaks, some hip hop, and LL Cool J was in the building. It was just like that during that mid 90s time, man. Everybody came out, everybody was trying to catch a vibe. It was just incredible. And I remember one time we went to that Red Alert one, Big City Diner, and as we were walking out, Bobby Brown was fucking walking in. It was just like that at that time. It was it was an amazing time, man. For reals, man. It was just incredible, man. Thank you, Bananas. So I want to go scroll back up. I forgot what homie said it. Somebody, there we go. My man Nicholas. So yo, check this out, y'all. This is what I'm suggesting right now. Thank you, Nicholas, for the assist. The Palladium was dope, too. I actually performed at the Palladium a few times. And when I performed at the Palladium, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Nicholas, I'm about to answer you. When I performed at the Palladium, what was crazy for me, the two times that stand out was Aaron Hall from the group Guy came to see me perform, which was weird. It was very surreal. It didn't make any sense. But he was in the building both times, and he would come backstage, give pounds and all of that stuff. So like that was the reality, man, back then, man. It was just a trippy thing. So Nicholas, check it out. Offering right now. If any of y'all buy a shirt right now, the Q Unique tag shirt from QUnique.com, you get right now a sticker pack of the stickers that I showed you, which is the new up and coming album. You got the Q Unique single sticker. You got the album cover with me and Repmatic. You got the Comic-Con nerd shit sticker, and you got the Repmatic sticker. And with your order, let me get this out the way. Hold up. Way. With that order, if you order now, today, and they check the date, you will get a complete pack, unopened, of MTV rap cards with your order. But you have to order a Q Unique tag t-shirt. And you may be asking yourselves, well, where do I get a Q Unique tag t-shirt? I'm glad you asked. You would go to QUnique.com, right? Boom. And you go to the shop. Excuse me. And here, right there on the front, right there, this one right here, you see it, the Q Unique tag t-shirt. If you buy a shirt right now, today, you get what I just said. And I'll repeat it. Let's do it one more time. If you buy the Q Unique tag shirt from QUnique.com, Q-UNIQUE.com, you get an advance sticker pack of Comic-Con nerd shit, the QR code album cover, the Q Unique single cover, the Repmatic cover. I'll even throw in some Arsonist stickers that I have. And wait, where'd that go? Oh, and a complete pack of unopened Yo MTV rap cards. But you have to order today. That's the special I'm doing today. So that's the deal. That is the deal. And remember, they're gonna check the date. You can't. The offer ends when by the end of the night over here. Okay, where we at? But wait, there's more. Oh man. When Eminem helped LL Cool J, oh, word. Thank you, Nicholas. You made that happen. Thanks for the assist. I already knew I wanted to do that. I completely forgot. Thank you, Tanya. That's right. Alert, merch alert. Get that shirt. Get a Yo MTV complete pack, unopened, bro. I got a whole box ready to go. That's a pretty good incentive, if I do say so myself. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate you. So going once again, I always got to go back to plugging things in and just reminding y'all from Wednesday's episode, I had mentioned it. It's a slight unfortunate incident. The vinyl for the Q Unique Repmatic album got pushed back to August. So the streams will be dropped before the vinyl. These things happen with factories. Their schedules are crazy. So in the meantime, we're looking to see if we get cassettes and CDs done before the streams. That way you can still order the album and have some sort of physical copy of it. So stay tuned for that, man. Thank you, 07. Ooh, bananas. That is an incredibly dope question. That is a great question. So, the first song I ever recorded that I have on cassette tape, my first rap song I ever that I thought to go to the studio with is a song called The Crowd's a Witness. And the story is kind of cool because I forgot. Oh, I was working at this I was working in a file room, like a clerical job, in order to make money to either buy studio equipment, like whatever. And I started saving money, and this person that worked with me told me about this recording studio in Queens. So I saved up some money. I booked the session, and I went out to Queens. The name of the dude that owned it was Anthony Moore. We called him Tony Moore. And the reason why I say his name is because, hey, yo, Stutters, you know that tan Wu-Tang book that's on the shelf where the records are? If you could grab the tan, thick Wu-Tang book, I wanna like just give it a mention, because what I'm talking about is mentioned in this Wu-Tang book. Let's give Stutters a second. I don't know. Stutters, did you hear me? I don't know if you heard me. Thank you, Bananas. So, the reason why I mentioned this guy, thank you. So there's this book right here. From the Streets of Shaolin, the Wu-Tang Saga, written by S.H. Fernando Jr. This is one of my favorite, if not my all-time favorite book about Wu-Tang. If you love Wu-Tang, get this. The way this guy tells their story, the details, everything is just really well done. It's a page turner. It's one of my favorite music books that I've read. And what's dope about this is that the guy I just mentioned, Tony Moore, is mentioning this because along with me going there, Wu-Tang went there too, in the early days. And so when I read it, I was like, yo, I must have crossed their paths so many times. And obviously at that time, nobody knew who they were. There was no Wu-Tang. So it was like, I must have crossed their path so many times and just didn't even realize. And then when I read it, like my mind was blown. So myself and Wu-Tang, along with a plethora of different artists, had went to this studio. And like I said, the first song I recorded there was a demo called The Crowd's Witness. Now there's a whole story behind that as well, but definitely check out this book. And that, Bananas, is the first song I ever recorded in a studio. It was crazy, man. No, don't. You got to order from QUnique.com. In order to get the Yo MTV free pack of Yo MTV rap cards, you got to order the QUnique tag shirt from Q-Unique.com. That's the only way you get an unopened pack with your order, along with stickers that I showed earlier. Thank you, Nicholas, for definitely mentioning that, because I totally forgot about that as well. Thank you, Bananas. Thank you, 07. What's up, Chrome Jam? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the community. Shill, what's going on? I am from the United States. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. That's what's up, Bananas. Oh, man. Yeah, man. So that was a dope question, Bananas. I really didn't, it's crazy because I hadn't thought about that story in a minute. The last time I actually thought about that story is when I read the Wu-Tang book, because when I saw Tony Moore's name in the book, I was like, holy shit. And I have like the reel-to-reels that I use when I used to go to the studio, and it says Tony Moore's name on it. All of the demos names and all of that stuff. So it was really cool. Yes. So Nicholas, that's the shirt that I'm wearing right now. This is the Diamond in the Rough shirt. But that's a different company selling QUnique stuff. But I'm in a contract with that. So it's all, if you want to order one of those as well, these are called designer rhymes. And the deal with these is that those are all the lyrics to Diamond in the Rough in the shape of a diamond. See? And there's also a green grass one where all the lyrics are in the shape of a weed leaf. There's the chestnut checkers, all the lyrics in the shape of a chess, a knight piece. And we have the Brooklyn Bronx Brooklyn, just the Brooklyn verse in the shape of the Brooklyn Bridge. Those are also I authorized those, but you won't get the pack, but you could get those as well. Those are dope, man. Those are really dope. What's going on, Shil from Iran? Welcome to the chat. Thank you, Bananas. Thank you, man. And then, Bananas. And then after that, I switched gears. There was a hip hop show called the DNA Show. And they were talking about another studio in Queens called Little Rascals. So I ended up going there. And what's crazy about that is that Ill Bill was recording there. This is before Nonfiction. So me and Ill Bill were crossing paths and we didn't even know each other yet. So we would be booking sessions along with, like I said, probably thousands of other like artists that would go to these studios and, you know, record their demos. I'm trying to think if anything ever got pressed out of there, but I'm not really sure. I just feel like it was an era of where we were all just booking sessions and just recording demos because none of us owned any of this, you know, these pieces of equipment. So around the world. All right, hold up. That's what's up, Nicholas. Thank you. Gorilla, you've worked with producers from both coasts and around the world. What are some of the differences that you overcame during the recording process? Okay, that's an incredible question. So the first thing is you learn, and I don't want to, you know how I do, man. I'll speak on some of the mishaps, but I ain't gonna say no names. One of the studios I used to go to, the engineer used to like, unfortunately, he used to stretch the time. And what I mean is, no, Nicholas, I'm not. It's my own label now, Capital Q. But for the Q Unique Rhythmatic album, we're coming out through, actually, it's Capital Q with Soul Spasm for all digital. And the vinyl for the next album is coming out on Pet Stew, Perpetual Sounds, I believe it's called. Perpetual Stew, excuse me. So that's where I'm at right now. So Gorilla, what they would do is, what this particular engineer would do is, he would stretch the time out. What that means is, let's say I came with a simple loop that could be looped in 5 minutes. He'd take 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and just keep on playing with the sample. And, you know, when you're a kid, you don't know. I didn't know. You know, I'm thinking, man, this is a crazy long process. That's all I thought. And then lay the beat down. I do several takes. There wasn't anybody there. So a lot of it was like trial and error in the beginning, especially for those first two studios, from Tony Moore all the way to Little Rascals. I didn't understand how studio equipment worked. I just knew that I wrote rhymes, and even then I was still kind of like most artists. I didn't understand verse, hook, any of that. I just was like my verse and I didn't know what after, you know? And it wasn't until I got to Little Rascals that things started to make sense, or I started to learn. And then when I met Groovy Lou, who was the producer for the Nomads and also produced the very first Arsonist single, The Session, he owned his own equipment, and he saw me spending money on studio fees, and he was the one that was like, yo, like, the money you're spending to rent studio time, just buy your own shit. And at that point, I was recording at Platinum Island. I don't know how many of y'all know about that studio. That was a big studio. Big Daddy Kane recorded there. I think the Depeche Mode, like so many big artists had recorded there. And I knew the engineer and the producer I was working with was connected, so I would get a little discount. But even then, like, I wasn't fully paying attention until Groovy Lou was like, get your own sampler, get your own mixing board, your reel-to-reel tape, whatever. And so I started saving money and put it together. And what's crazy about that is, okay, that's what's up. Thank you, Nicholas. So what's crazy about Groovy Lou saying that, check this out. So with some of the money I saved, I bought my first sampler, and then I bought a Tascam 8-track board and a 1/4-inch reel-to-reel that went with the Tascam board. And that board and that reel-to-reel is where we recorded all of the first Arsonist songs. So if Groovy Lou didn't say that, I wouldn't have had the equipment to record the Arsonist. So it all kind of like fell into beautiful place. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how it worked out. And eventually after that, you know, technology started to change. I got the digital board, and then after that, I just got Pro Tools. And now, actually, first I had Cubase, and then went, to Pro Tools. And the rest is history. But it's crazy how I think about some of that stuff, man. What's going on, Phil G? What's going on? Welcome. Welcome to the room, man. That's what's up, Nicholas. I think my first beat, man, it's gotta be like, you know, my first beat was when I went to Tony Moore's studio, but I didn't know how to use a sampler. So I would go with my samples and tell Tony where to, like, oh, I want this part, loop this, put drums here. And it was crazy because we wasn't really even sampling drums. We was using the TR-808 to make drums for my demos, which is kind of like, it's cool, but not like, it wasn't like that boom bap shit yet. And so it wasn't until I got to Little Rascal Studios that we started either looping like the ultimate breaks and beats for their drums, or just chopping drums, which would take forever at that point. And we were using an SP1200. So in Tony Moore's, we were using the TR-808, and I forgot what key. He had some Korg keyboard to play synth and bass. And then when I got to Little Rascals, SP1200, the Alesis or Alesis, and shit, I don't remember. And then, like I said, eventually I just saved up my own money. I bought an MPC, Tascam, and all of that stuff, and the rest is history, man. There's some pieces of equipment I wish I would have held on to. Like, I don't have that Tascam board anymore. I don't have the reel-to-reel. I still have my MPC, but it's been in a case. I have the MPC 1 now, though, but that's the deal right now. Other than a ton of reading and research, where did you pick up your vocabulary? 808 thumping for sure, Edwin. Yes, bananas. I know the deal with that. Stockings. Cubase is cool, Nicholas. So where did I get my so here's the deal. I was, even though I speak in slang, and that's usually my go-to out of laziness, I was I don't know how, I don't know what you would call this. I was skipped a grade in school because my reading comprehension and my vocabulary is just ahead of the class. And so I always had that. I don't know I right now the what you would call that. I don't want to call it special because, whatever. But it's like I had that thing where I was when I was in the 5th grade, I was reading on a 10th grade level. I don't know why. And it plays well with me being a lyricist. I got accepted to one of the top schools for middle school. My pops didn't want me to go, but it was in a bad neighborhood. But anyway, without getting to whatever, that's pretty much where my vocabulary, comes from. And even though I'll be sloppy and I'll speak in slang and I'll be very lazy while I'm talking, and I actually enjoy lazy talk, I know where the proper, like most people, I know proper, whatever. You get it. Oh, thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. There you go, Gorilla. You know the deal. Like they would pull me out of class and put me in the library by myself, and this lady would come in and they would run tests on a sometimes on a daily basis. My Spanish is Nuyorican dirty, son. The only time I bring it together is when I have to write a verse. Like I did a verse for Flaco. Like I had to like really focus and concentrate, get my accent down. I don't really have too many people to practice with these days. So you normally when it comes together is when I'm really focused and I'm writing a verse or something like that. But my Spanish is sloppy. I could get by, but I'm not going to engage in a deep, heartfelt conversation in Spanish anytime soon. Although I know I want to practice more, and I want to get my Italian better too. Like I'm half Puerto Rican, half Italian. My Italian is worse than my Spanish. So there you have it, man. Not having yet. And thank you for sending me that Divine Styler track. I always like Gorilla, like I always like watching like those deep cut joints. You reminded me of Saphir, may he rest in peace. He had a track that I had and I lost it. It was pressed. It had a green label, and he was rapping over a video game loop on drums, and it was so dope. I forgot the name of it, and he was like using video games as similes and metaphors. It was a sick track. Rest in peace to Saphir. It was so dope. Yeah, man, my Nicholas, my hair's long, man. You know what, man? It's weird. I see Lord Skull and I see a few heads, Russ and them, they let their hair down. And for some reason, I'm like hair shy when it comes to the hip hop shit. Don't ask me why. It's ridiculous, but I'm kind of hair shy. I keep the hair tucked for hip hop, and then when I do Mother Fuzz and whatever else, I let the hair out. It's the silliest shit, man. Oh my God. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you. I do look the part. You know who's nasty with the Spanish raps too is Sick Jackin', one of my favorites. Lord Skull is dope, man. He's dope. Everybody, I don't really he's dope. I think what I admire is like in these days and times to have the strength and the energy to want to just get in front of a mic and get people to like us, like having this community is something that's extremely important. It's not easy these days, so I appreciate you. I'm not gonna get deep, but I appreciate it, man. Everybody flips. It's the same thing. Yo, Nicholas, I got a crazy funny story. So I had this other band called King's Bounty. And for a minute, we were performing a lot. We got to open up for Korn, Seven Dust, POD. We was definitely on a dope flow. And La Coca Nostra asked us to go out with them for like a week or something. So we ended up going out and doing a few shows with them. And when I like I said, when I do the rock stuff, I let my hair down and I dress differently. I just go for it. I get into a different headspace. And so we get on, music is blaring. I get on, I'm singing, I'm doing my thing. And it's like the La Coca Nostra audience is looking at me like, they're like confused. It's almost like they're looking at me like, is that Q? Nah, is it Q? So what I would do is, for the whole time we was out with La Coca, I would do the first two songs, not say anything. And by the time we got past the second song, I would let the band chill and I would go, what's up, everybody? We're King's Bounty, blah, blah, blah. And I go, I know what you guys are thinking. Is that Q Unique? And if not, what the fuck have you done with Q Unique? And it's like, trust me, it's me. And the crowd would start laughing. And then we would go into a cover version of One Shot from Vengeance Is Mine. So the band would cover one shot and I would spit one shot looking like a metalhead. It was, it was fucking hilarious, man. So that's the deal with that. Yes, exactly. Tanya's been there. Tanya knows the deal. She's been there. She's one of the best, man, as far as like supporting what I do. She's been there from King's Bounty, Stillwell, Q Unique, all of that stuff. Much love to Tanya, for real. Oh, thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, that conversation with Ryu actually just reminded me. I got to text homie just to, you know, keep the lines of communication open. Fuck Tony Montana. That's a dope track. Yeah, man. So the Coca Notion room was great, man. It was special, man. It was really, really special. It was weird to, and I had that same moment with Korn, but opposite. So what I mean is, so with La Coca, I went out with my band King's Bounty, did rock, opening for La Coca, which is a group that I've produced for, that I've rapped on a few of their albums. So, you know, it's fascinating. But on the flip, you know, for those that know, I used to tour with Korn. I toured with them for like 18 years. And a couple of times they'd ask me to open up. And I remember the first time I did that as Q Unique doing hip hop, it was in Latvia. And the crowd didn't know what to make of it because it was like a metal crowd, you know? And the funny part of this story is like I went out, you know, it's a Korn audience, so that it's fucking packed, thousands of people. And I go right into my thing. Fieldy introduced me because that's the homie. I go out, I go into my thing, and it was weird. Like half the crowd had their hands up and was enjoying it, and half the crowd was doing this. You know, it's hip hop. I get it. Not everybody in the metal world loves hip hop, and not everybody in the hip hop world loves metal. I get it. It's fine. But what I did was I went to the side that was like this, and when the first song ended, I saw them start to put their hands out. I was like, no. Keep that same energy. Keep your fucking middle fingers up. Keep them up. Keep them up. Say fuck that shit. And they were like, fuck that shit. And I went into the next song and finished the whole fucking thing. I wasn't gonna, as an artist, you can't let none of that shit intimidate you. Some people break under that pressure. I've been under some, trust me, I've been under some pressure moments. That was probably the biggest one. And you can't let that shit affect you. You just gotta roll with the punches, man. You gotta think on your toes and you gotta roll with the punches on that. On another time that happened to me, I opened up for Rakim, and I was the whitest thing in the room, and that's very intimidating. And I remember I went to the front row, and everybody in the front row was looking at me like, get the fuck out my face. And I didn't let that shit affect me, man. I went to the front, I looked at the entire first 3 or 4 rows, and I told the DJ to stop. It was dead silence. And I looked and I was like, you could just feel all the love in this room. And everybody just started laughing and went right into the next song. Can't let that shit hit you, man. You just got to roll with it, man. Just got to roll with it. So that's the deal. Yeah, Gorilla, that's how you got to, you got to like really be on your toes, man. I haven't seen the Butthole Surfers live, but I'm guessing they're dope because those are OGs. I'm sure that they must be sick. Thank you, Tony. So yeah, man, those are some of my funny show stories and being put under pressure, but knowing. Another one that was crazy for me, when I didn't even have music out and when nobody knew who I was just a kid, I was a teenager, and MC Lyte threw this like event where she invited all unsigned artists and they picked my name out of a hat and I got to perform. And I didn't even, like, it was like an early performance where I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing and I was really under pressure. But I went through it, man, and It was fine. Like I always had that like, don't show them that you're scared thing. You know what I mean? So that's how it was, man. I have done something with Krondon. That's a dope question. It was for what's the homie's name? I have to get back to you on that, man. It was on was it Germs? Man, I hate when I do that. It was a DJ's compilation. Now you're gonna make me dig. I have to dig for it because I did it a while ago, but it was on a DJ's compilation album. And on the song, it's me, Rocka Ire Science, and Krondon. I think the name of the song is Rock Steady or Rock. Matter of fact, where's my phone? I'm gonna look it up right now while we're here. Let me see if I could find it. Because it was a dope track. Let me see. Hold up. Give me a second. I'm already at the page. Let's see. Man, that was a dope question, man. Playlist. Boom. Let's see. Come on, son. Here we go. So some of the artists that you might not know that I feature with, I did a joint with, wait, let me just first make sure I answer your question. I'm getting way ahead of myself, man. I'm getting there. Please tell me I put this here. JS1, thank you, Unicorn. Unicorn for the assist, ladies and gentlemen. That's the name of the song, right there. It's called Q Unique, and Krondon is called Rock Steadily by DJ JS1. I don't know if it's on Spotify. But you could Google it. So it's me, Krondon, and I believe Rocka Ire Science, and I think there might be one more feature on there. So yes, I have worked with Krondon. DJ Craze is dope too. JS1 is dope. Thank you, Gorilla Strong. There you go. Thank you. So that's the song with Krondon. Man, while we were talking, I was looking at some features because you just made me think of all the different joints I did. And let me make sure y'all know, because there's some, if you go, look, seriously, if you go to my YouTube page, and I gotta update this list, it's called Q Unique Features and Collabs on YouTube, right? I've done some with Aguilar, Real Wolf, obviously Nems, Ill Bill, Eddie Meeks, Science Supercrew from France, Timid, Big Kurt, O-Dub, DJ Low Cut, La Coca Nostra, DJ Ellie, Jice, Jedi Mind, well, Vinny Paz, of course, Stu Bangers on His Face is the Death album, Mr. Jason, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, man, check out that list. It's got a few joints you might not even know that I did. Who I've been listening to lately, I'm still bumping the Wordsworth album. Still bumping it. Chemistry with Stu Bangers. I think it's a flawless album. And I always follow it with Ryu's album. Medium Raw, right? That's the name of it? Yes. Those are the ones that as far as hip hop, those are staying in the rotation. And when it comes to rock, I just kind of like fluctuate. Like today I was listening to Sick of It All, then I listened to Exodus, then I went to Metallica. I'm always listening to Mastodon. They're probably my favorite band. And that's what's been on my list as of late. Excuse me. There you go, Nicholas. You know the deal. Yes, Nicholas. And what's crazy about that is that I remixed one of their songs. So I have to ask Vinny if that song is on the album. I remixed one of the AOTP songs. So let's see. I don't want to get too deep on announcing it because I don't know. You know, sometimes you do things in this business and either it stays on a hard drive or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, Avatars. That album you introduced me to is ridiculous. You know who else I was listening to, Gorilla? Metal-wise? Periphery. I always go back to, I forgot the name of the album. I gotta go get the name of the album for you. But Periphery, that gent style, I don't know if they're the originators or Gojira, but geez, man, like Periphery that's some beast shredding going on, man. I don't know how many of y'all are into Periphery. Here we go. So the album that I got, Periphery 2, just ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. Yeah, I love Mastodon. And Gojira is really ridiculous live. When I went to see them with Mastodon, and Gojira sounds exactly like their recorded work, which is very hard to do. It was ridiculous. They just murdered it. Their drummer is ridiculous. That's another favorite band of mine. And my favorite album is, I don't speak French, so I'll try to pronounce it. But some of y'all that know Gojira's work probably know the album that I'm talking about. L'Enfant Sauvage. This album right here. My favorite Gojira album, hands down. It's just ridiculous. Just brilliant. Front to back. Yeah, they are. They're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. Gojira is like they're not current. You can't call them current. But as for newer, it's hard to say that they're newer because they're not. But compared to like Metallica and you know, Megadeth and bands of that nature, or even Korn, because Gojira comes after them, Gojira is that band. It's like, holy shit, man. Like they just took it up like incredible notches. I love Gojira. Trying to think. Yeah, you know, that's the deal. Now, before I go into the next Mushroomhead, yeah, I actually got to talk to the original lead singer. I forgot his name. Because I think they have a new lead. Can't remember his name, the homie's name, but I met him during the Korn time. Snot, woo, Soulfly, Nailbomb, and Sepultura. Wow. And I heard Sepultura is about to call it quits. I think they're planning their shutdown. I think I saw it somewhere on some news feed somewhere. That's dope though. So, all right, a couple of things just to remind you. If you go to QUnique.com, let me show you one more time. If you go to QUnique.com to the merch, you see that right there, that QUnique tag shirt. If you order that shirt tonight, you get I'll show you again, you get the new QUnique and Rhapmatic stickers. You got the QUnique and Rhapmatic single stickers. You got the Comic-Con Nerd Shit sticker. You got the album cover for the up-and-coming album. You get some Arsonist stickers. And when you order that specific shirt, you also get a full, unopened, complete pack of Yo MTV rap cards with your order. But you gotta order tonight. You gotta order tonight. And that's what you get. But while we're at it, we're gonna do some openings. So we got the rock cards. Yes, Vinny is coming out. Thank you, Serge. Oh, word. Rest in peace to the homie from Guar. Man, I always struggle with opening this shit every time I want to. Yo, Stutters, we're going to have to put some scissors in this fucking. Or, there we go. Boom. Okay. We had the rock cards first. Thank you, Gorilla. Okay, the sticker is Birth of Vic. Birth of Vic sticker. Boom. Put these over here, so we don't need the contest. Cliff Williams from AC/DC. Oh, wait. What am I doing, man? Let's try that again. Cliff Williams from AC/DC. The Man, Tony Iommi, Black Sabbath, the greatest. What's this? What band is this dude from? I don't know where he's from. Ray Thomas, probably from Deep Purple. Junkyard, Brian Baker. Warrant, Eric Turner from Warrant. Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd. I don't have this card. That's a good one. Mick Mars, the great Mick Mars from Motley Crue. Ooh, I was listening to him today. Steve Souza from Exodus. Tico Torres from Bon Jovi. Whoa, we're halfway there. Tangier, the band. Cliff Williams from AC/DC. Dave Bryan from Bon Jovi. And finally, another Steve Souza from Exodus. And there you have the metal cards. And now we'll get into the YoMTV rap cards. Thank you, Nicholas. Okay. What do we got in today's YoMTV rap cards? Trying to put together this wallpaper for Gorilla. Ooh, differences. Public Enemy. I always tell y'all, Brother's Gonna Work It Out is my favorite Public Enemy joint. Public Enemy once again. These are doubles. Oh, shit. Vanilla Ice, son. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. The Big Daddy Kane. Yep. Boogie Down Productions. KRS-One. Dr. Dre and Ed Lover. Black Sheep. You know what's my favorite Black Sheep flavor of the month? That's my favorite Black Sheep song. Queen Latifah, Wrath of My Madness is my favorite Queen Latifah song. And Slick Rick, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the MTV rap cards for today. Nice. Machiavelli, what's going on? You're here just in time. You're here just in time. So, yo, we're going to get in the booth, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have some fun. Going to turn it up a notch. My man Stutters, I'm going to need you on to help out with this. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know sometimes the booth doesn't make it to the replay. But thank y'all for hanging out. Much love to y'all. Have a great weekend. I'm going to say this again when I get back in the booth. Let's get in the booth, y'all. Let's have some fun. All right? Here we go. Wait. He always tells me to press this. So let's do this. And I'll see y'all in the booth. Gotta turn me on. What's up? Start from the top.
Wait, what is that?
Yes, y'all. Can't hear me. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yo. Can't hear it. Yeah, 1, 2. Check. Not on. There we go. 1, 2. There, yeah. No. Stop. Let's go to Up in the Sky. Turn off the brakes. 1, 2. You gotta turn off the brake beats. 1, 2. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we in the booth this evening. My name is Jubilee. Yeah. like I'm playing the game of death, a challenge at every level. As long as I mix my rapping with heavy metal. As long as there's a road for me to travel and I'm fully equipped for the war that precedes the battle. Well then I'm in it for the long haul, cause me behind the desk in an office building is the wrong call. Unless the game's over, then it's no longer declared wrong. Look dog, I'm rocking out, I grew my hair long. I'm tatted up, been on the road with corn. The beauty that can't be held like a rose with thorns. The last of a dying breed that y'all rely you need, but you downloaded from a family I'm trying to feed. It is what it is to keep rocking through the feeling. Nothing I say is gonna stop them from stealing. Look at the way the cops accumulate, cause the fan base.
You mean you can't hear him? Okay.
I walk amongst the Nazarenes with a face that could grace the cover of a dozen magazines. And it ain't because of vanity, it's my family ties that raises the brow above this slander and eyes. I'm a man of love, a man of despise. I ain't planning to shove, I'm planning to rise. So gather round in a test. To a man with an S and a diamond embedded on my chest. Over the building, it took nothing to fly. Capital Q, Brooklyn, look up in the sky. Chestnut checkers, son. Yeah, we're gonna have fun tonight, baby. Thank y'all in the community. Where we at, son? Stutters.
This ain't over yet.
Come on. Buh. Yeah. Let's get to the next one, Stutters. Holy shit. Fire Vision, son. We call this one Cypher Up, son. Stutters ain't playing. Redmatic on the beat and on the cuts. You want to do one more, Stutters? What do you think? What do you think? I'm going to let you. Friday Vibes with Q. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you for the beautiful comments. Thank you for the support with the super chats, super stickers, and super gifts. Thank y'all for visiting QUnique.com. And ultimately, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me for all of this time and being on this journey with me. Mad love to y'all. God bless. Have a beautiful weekend. Peace.